Freaky Friday growing up? Well, now there is Freakier Friday, because that is what the world needed. This is going to be a non-spoiler review of the Freakier Friday, which has Lindsay Lohan reprising her role as Anna and Jamie Lee Curtis reprising her role as Tess. And now, this time, Anna has a daughter named Harper, and Tess, the grandma, Jamie Lee Curtis character, is very much involved with her life still with her daughter because Anna, Lindsay Lohan's character, is now a single mother. So Tess, the grandma, feels that she is also helping raise Harper, which does cause some conflict. But Anna, Lindsay Lohan's character, she meets a guy, and he has a daughter who is Harper's exact same age named Lily, and they are originally from London. So a very different lifestyle compared to the California, and they are about to get married, and Harper and Lily, they do not get along at all. And Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan's, their two characters, are trying to make this a new family work because they really love each other and they're getting married and they want both of the daughters to be a part of this new family. Well, then, of course, stuff happens and everyone switches bodies. So you have Anna, Lindsay Lohan's character. She switches with her daughter, who is Harper. So now Harper is Lindsay Lohan and the daughter is now in a grown-up body. Then you have Tess, the grandma, Jamie Lee Curtis. She switches with the soon-to-be stepdaughter, Lily. So they switch bodies. So now you have the two younger kids, Harper and Lily, who are actually grown-ups in their body, and they decide to do what they did in the first movie, which was to pretend to be each other. So they went back to high school, and they're sort of pretending. But then you have now the kids in the grown-up bodies, and they decide they are going to sabotage this marriage. That is their goal. So you have Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis playing these younger kids to try and sabotage the parents' wedding. And that is their goal throughout this whole film. But then you have the younger kids who are the adults, have the adult soul, and they're kind of just in this film. Like, you just see them doing stuff, but they're just trying to play along, and it's whatever. It doesn't really matter. Now, this film can be kind of confusing because more people are switching bodies compared to the original. So it does add a little bit of mess as well. And also, this film was just way too long. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the Freaky Friday films. I've seen them, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, I love them. And I definitely did grow up a lot watching Disney Channel movies, and I really like Lindsay Lohan. Good for her. And her and Jamie Lee Curtis really do have great chemistry together. You really do get that mother and daughter feeling with them acting together. So that was enjoyable. But there are a lot of just old people jokes in this film. So after the first 30 minutes to an hour, it kind of just gets old. And you're like, it feels like the same joke over and over again. Now, I think it does appeal more to the millennials because they grew up on this film most likely, and they're really trying to get those old people jokes. And I think maybe they were trying to appeal to younger generations like the Gen Z, using some of that slang and whatnot. But the jokes just didn't really land after a while, and honestly, it just got really boring. And how I would say this film is, it's the exact same as Freaky Friday. It doesn't miss a beat at all. They learn the exact same lesson. It feels like it's the exact same film. I feel like I've seen this film twice. So it just didn't add anything new. So I think I was really disappointed in this film at the end. And honestly, I would only recommend this film if you're really into Freaky Friday. If you're a huge fan, then go ahead, because it's the exact same film, honestly, just more people switch. And it's a little bit more confusing. That's what this film is. But for me, honestly, it was a drag watching this film because I was like, I know how this is going to end. It doesn't really add anything new, but good for Lindsay Lohan. That was kind of my point of view throughout this whole film. Good for Lindsay Lohan. Good for Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, it's kind of cool they're reprising old roles that they did 22 years ago. That's cool, but why am I watching this film? I don't really know why. So overall, I was just disappointed in Freakier Friday. I do think the popcorn bucket is pretty cool, but that's about it, and I really wouldn't recommend it unless you're a really big fan of the original, the 2003 Freaky Friday with them. So that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you're gonna go see Freakier Friday, or if it's a complete skip, if you are a fan of the 2003 film, let me know in the comment section down below. But have a great day. Bye!